It's week 2 of the Florida High School football playoffs. Win or go home. Upsets, triumphs, jubilation, disappointment. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It's a hotbed world. We're just living in it. All the highlights from across the state, next. Hello and welcome to the FootballHotbed.com Florida High School Football Report driven by Honda. I'm Brandon O'Doy, and this is playoff football. Welcome to the Mecca, Trask Powell Stadium in Miami, Florida. We're talking about two of the best in the state, Miami Central and Miami Carroll City. This is a game that we have previewed all season long. The second matchup being the most important, and that is game of the week. But first, let's go to the west side of Tampa, where 7A is particularly interesting, and we want to take a look. Eye on Tampa Bay is next. Let's go to the tape. Let's get the party started. Bloomingdale taking on Palmetto, and that is running back Charles Montgomery playing quarterback, filling in and connecting with Terrell Farrell for a 12-yard touchdown pass. Palmetto would apply pressure getting back into this game. That's a 3-yard rushing touchdown for Johnny Jones. And then Anthony Marino hooks up with Josh Shiplin to get Palmetto within a score. Onside kick to try to win it. It's not successful. They would fall to Bloomingdale 21-14. Let's go out to Armwood hosting Lake Weir. Running back E.J. Wilson leading the Hawks in a dominant win, scoring 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. Can you believe that? 1 for 24 there, and then another one for just shy of 20 yards. The defense for the Hawks would absolutely show out, returning a block punt for a touchdown. They're playing Beamer ball in Sefner, Florida. It's absolutely wonderful to behold. Then defensive back Amaris Brown would nab one of his 3 interceptions. This one going 85 yards to cash in for the pick 6 to close out a 51-7 half. Armwood wins 65-7 over Lake Weir. Now Vieira as the Hawks host number 3 seeded the Plant Panthers, going up early with a 3-yard Bear Bollinger run and a 32-yard touchdown pass from sophomore sensational quarterback Bryce Norton to Sean Atkins. They've been hooking up all season. Before order was restored here by the stagey Plant Panthers, and this is Walter Wilbon who runs them back into this football game. He would add 2 more touchdowns after breaking that one for 60. Tucker Gleason adding on another 21-yard touchdown pass to Roman Mungin, and they win Plant 39-18 over Vieira. Now let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Scoreboard. Jesuit 31, 3 winners over Immokalee. Rick Parks rushed for a game-high 118 yards on the night. Riverview Sarasota 49-27 winners over Manatee. Big night for Ali Boyce, the running back, 185 yards total for him. And Clearwater Central Catholic continuing to roll, 33 winners over Tampa Catholic in the rematch. They held them to just 98 yards of offense for the entire game. It's still ahead on the FootballHotbed.com Florida High School Football Report. The Miami Central Band is getting down behind me, but we've got the highlights from all over South Florida. And don't forget, Game of the Week, turn on the tape, and the top plays, including the Jackpot Play of the Week, the very best from this week, the second week of playoffs. All that and more when we return on the FootballHotbed.com Florida High School Football Report, driven by Honda.
You blood this man, we take an extra point. Come on, man. No more excuses. No more.
What up, Shamil Florida doing the big right here on Football Hotbed on Fox Sports Florida. Fox Sports Florida.
Tropical Park, sunny Miami, Florida. Palmetto in the white taking on Columbus in the blue jerseys. Gimme that, says Demetrius Ford as he strips and races for 6. Columbus was all defense, all early in this one. That is Kalani Norris, the Georgia Tech commit, honoring his fallen teammate with the INT there, the 30 jersey. RIP, and pick 6, strip 6, and punt return for 6. Columbus 42-0 over Palmetto. Just way too much. Broward County we go. Deerfield hosting Plantation, and Deerfield's Jalen Knighton is having a wonderful year. He gets in for the touchdown there from 17 out, and then a punt block from Kenyon Martin. And more scoring. Deerfield too much on Plantation, 23-0. Back down south we go. South Dade and South Ridge, and South Ridge's Roscoe Parrish Jr. gets in for the score there from 27 yards out. The Antoine Anderson pass. But South Dade is just having a wonderful season here. Najee Baker with the pitch and catch from 27 yards. And South Dade will continue their dominance on the season, moving on to the third round in the 8A state playoffs, beating their rival South Ridge 21-13. Taking a look at the South Florida playoff score, Chaminade Madonna too much for Miami Palmer Trinity, 62-0. Willie Davis, 99 yards on the ground. Northwestern 31-19 winners over Heritage Palm Bay. The Bulls set up a meeting with their rival, a rematch, Miami Central, on this Friday. Palm Beach Central 38-0 winners over Western. Mike Moreland had a big night, and Western gets no points after a big upset win over Atlantic last week.
What's going on, folks? Coach Jerry Seymour here with the Running Back Academy, reporting for the Football Hotbed and Florida High School Football Report. And on today's segment, we're talking about Henry Harris Jr., who had a 4 rushing touchdown performance against Coral Gables. And we're going to highlight 2 of those runs. And on this one, they run a counter to the right. Now, what Henry shows on this play is just patience and burst, okay? And this is a great job of blocking. I can't take away from that. But Henry's riding the coattail of the fullback. That's why he has his hands on his back. And the job of the fullback is to run up the hole and to clear out anybody who's wearing opposite color, which is a white jersey. In this case, there's really nobody in the hole, so there's really no reason to wait. But Henry hits it and gets upfield as fast as he can and gets inside the end zone for 6. Now on this next play, this is where I fall in love with this kid. Now, he's one-on-one with the linebacker right here in the hole. What Henry's going to do is he's going to lean that linebacker to the right, get him to turn his shoulders, which he's getting the defender to commit. And he's going to hit him with a spin. And then he's going to catch his balance. But the best part of this is that he has enough speed to finish to the end zone and outrun all of the DBs from Coral Gables. This is Coach Jerry Seymour with the Running Back Academy, reporting for the Football Hotbed and Florida High School Football Report.
Still ahead on the footballhotbed.com Florida High School Football Report. We'll get to game of the week. This wonderful game between Miami Carroll City and Miami Central. Plus, we'll have top plays and turn on the tape. You will not want to miss that. But first, eye on Central Florida when we return on the footballhotbed.com Florida High School Football Report, driven by Honda.
Apopka taking on familiar 8A foe, the Wekiva Mustangs. And this is a rematch of Week 10 in the Mayor's Cup. Wekiva won the first time around. Will they win the second? They get off to a hot start. Check out Terrence Moore. He's going to take this short pass, elude a bunch of defenders here. Nice move. And then he's off to the races. I now pronounce you very fast. Touchdown, Wekiva, 47 yards later. Then quarterback Larry Preston taking the direct snap, and he will get in for the score. Preston is going to throw over the top and add to his total. Wekiva rolling at this point. Apopka would get on the board. Jackson Darlington, Eric Wright will hook up for a touchdown, but this was all Wekiva. Preston collects 3 TDs on the night, connecting again with Terrence Moore here for the bomb. And Wekiva would roll, moving on, winning 28-7 over Apopka. To Brevard County we go. American Heritage in the white taking on Rockledge, traveling up from Fort Lauderdale and Plantation. And 14-0 Heritage goes on top, and then Ladarius Tennyson breaks off a 73-yard touchdown run. Tennyson is the young man that everyone wants, offers from the University of Miami, and Rockledge gets within a score, but then it was all Tyler Jones. They continued to feed this young man early and often, and he's got the speed to get the job done. A last-minute attempt for Rockledge is intercepted by Cameron Giles. Heritage wins 31-14. All right, let's take a look at the scores around Central Florida. Vanguard 19-0 winners over Lake Wales. A big defensive performance by defensive end from Vanguard, Bryce Langston. Dr. Phillips 19-7 upset winners over Vero Beach. Jay Powell rushed for 147 yards on the night. And Edgewater 35-14 winners over Lincoln. RJ Harvey ran for 3 touchdowns on the evening, advancing to the next round of the playoffs.
So that's a look at your scores around Central Florida. Let's now take a look around the rest of the state and figure out what's going on in playoff week 2. Let's go to the tape.
Coco taking on Astronaut. Coco gonna go up early. DJ Arroyo deep to Isaiah Jones for the 31-yard touchdown. Later in the game, Arroyo connecting with Jones again. Watch this nice one-handed grab there. You may see that again. Tiger defense runs a tip drill here. Tayshawn Brown, he comes down with it and brings it down all the way back the other way, stopping just shy of the end zone. The Tigers win 35-0 over Astronaut. They advance. Lakeland hosting Kathleen, and a slip up puts the Dreadnoughts up early with a 9-yard touchdown run. Later in the second, Dewanowski McWilliams keeps it and he sheds would-be tacklers, gets in for the score. Kathleen's only score of the game came when Jackie Martin with a 21-yard run, but Lakeland didn't let up. DeMarcus Bowman, this is a young man that is absolutely excellent. Lakeland wins 29-7. Let's go to Bishop Verreau hosting LaBelle. Fort Myers, Jaden Brown here taking the opening kickoff, 94 yards to push Bishop Verreau up for the start of this game. And the Verreau quarterback, Jacob Azizi, he finds a wide open Brandon Peck with a 33-yard pass, sending the Vikings into a second half up 21-0. Tyquan Chapman puts the game out of reach, taking a 1-yard pass from Azizi, 77 yards.
Bishop Verreau 45, LaBelle 17.
Let's check the scores from around the state of Florida. Bowls 32-27 winners over Godby. A big upset there for Bowls and the program trying to get back to state championship ways. Trinity Christian 28-12 winners over Wakula. Marcus Crowley, the big-time running back with a big night, 203 yards on the ground. And Lee 31-27 upset winners over Columbia. Cameron Sapp with a solid night at the quarterback position.
It's still ahead on the footballhotbed.com Florida High School Football Report. Finally, game of the week. We get into the rematch. Miami Carroll City and Miami Central. Can a team be beat twice, especially with the pedigree that Miami Central has? We'll answer that question and more. Plus, turn on the tape. The guy that college coaches need to take a closer look at. We'll do that and the top plays of the week, including the #1 play of the week, the jackpot play of the week that you voted on. All that and more when we return on the footballhotbed.com Florida High School Football Report, driven by Honda.
Man, I represent Strong Arm MG, Kansas City. Shout out to Football Hotbed.
scrap. We went through adversity. We've been challenged all year long. All year long.
Welcome back to footballhotbed.com. Florida High School Football Report driven by Honda, the Mecca, Carroll City, and Miami Central. This is Tri-Power Stadium. This is a stadium that has given birth to some of the greatest in college and the NFL, and it started here in high school football. We're privileged to bring you round 2 of the state playoffs in the great state of Florida, but this is a tricky matchup. Can Carroll City beat Miami Central for the second straight time? Daniel Richardson, Carroll City's quarterback, needs only 84 yards to become the all-time leading passer in Miami-Dade football county history. And on the Central Rocket side, they want to get to their 6th state championship. And can they win it? We'll find out more. But first, they have to win here. District 16 6A, yes, they were not the champions. They came up with the 5th seed. But if they win this game, they march on, and presumably they would be the favorite. Well, enough speculation. It's time to go to the highlights. This is Game of the Week. This is Football Hotbed. It's a hotbed world. Let's turn on the tape.
Tri-Power Stadium, Miami, Florida. Miami Central taking on Carroll City. One of the most anticipated rematches of the season. The Central Rockets and Carroll City Zoo taking on each other's second round of Florida high school football playoffs. And that's Naquan Wright getting in for the score. The senior running back is dynamic, and he puts Carroll City up 7-0. But Miami Central's got a running back that they like of their own. His name is Lexington Flex Joseph, and you see him punishing the safety there. And he get down in for the score, tying this one up at 7 apiece. Carroll City would get back on offense here. Daniel Richardson, their star quarterback, would drop back and get dropped. Jesus Machado, the big-time defensive end, would do it there. And then on offense, Maurice Underwood would throw the pick. Andrew Bloodsaw picks it off at 7-7 at the half. We talked to Coach Benedict Hippolyte after he was motivating.
That's why we play the way we play, gentlemen. All year long. All year long. We had to fight. We had to scrap. We went through adversity. We've been challenged all year long.
Coach, first half, 7-7. You were motivating just now. What were you telling your team?
Oh, man, championship caliber football. They got a great coaching staff. They got great tradition, a great community. They've been here before and things like that, so nothing just comes easy. Championship program, the championship team wins don't never come easy, so you got to fight for what you want. So just be passionate.
One time, a big Dre, baby.
Second half action now in Miami Central's Maurice Underwood goes up top and hits his receiver, Anthony Frederick. The head coach, Roland Smith, likes it. Central goes ahead 14-7. Daniel Richardson, however, the senior quarterback from Miami, Carroll City, he would answer with a run up the gut. 14-14. We have a wonderful ball game. Coach Hippolyte loves it. His team gets the extra point, and it's a tie ball game. And watch Shamar Paul here. This is the young man who transferred in for Doral. He comes up with a big run down to the goal line, and Maurice Underwood would punch it in himself. The senior quarterback would get in, and Central goes up 21-14 late. We go to the fourth quarter now. It's getting down to the wire. Can Carroll City come back into this ball game? The answer is yes, they can. They do it behind Naquan Wright, the senior running back, jubilation, and a tie score. This is a ball game. Fourth quarter now. Miami Central has to answer, and Lexington Joseph, 270 yards on the ground, gets his team into scoring position, but they could not punch it in. Instead, they get very close to the first down there, but they would settle for a field goal. Jaden John with the field goal puts the Rockets up 24-21. 4:52 left. What can Carroll City do? Daniel Richardson, he drops back, but he does not see Tatum Bedell, the linebacker, dropping back into coverage, and the interception would all but seal the deal. His teammates love it. He gets the belt for the turnover, but then to put this thing away, the MVP on offense for this game, Lexington Flex Joseph, puts the touchdown and sends the Carroll City faithful home. Miami Central, just too much for Carroll City in the rematch. going to the running game and getting the job done.
Well, we just looked at the tape and we looked at how we dominated the line of scrimmage. We just made too many mistakes in the first game. Anytime you give up 23 points in a game of that magnitude against a great team like Carol City, you don't stand a chance to win. And if we eliminate the mistakes, and which we did tonight, we was able to win the game. You know, unfortunately, we didn't play the best defensive ball that we normally play, but that's a great team, you know. It's a shame someone had to lose, you know. It should have been a situation where we both could have met up in the state championship game because they was ranked 1 and we was ranked 2 in the state, but it is what it is. You know, we have to win tonight, and we were glad with the victory.
Take us through that interception late in the fourth quarter. What did you see, and how were you able to get that, secure the win for your team?
Well, first, I did what the coaches told me to do. That's all everybody do. I had to get in my drop, and I seen the ball coming, so I had to make a play.
What do you think about the possibility of playing Northwestern next week, your rival?
Northwestern, they're a good team, but we're going to do the same thing we did last week and come to play.
Hey, since James Cook left, I learned from all his techniques. So me coming to this game, I'm the senior back, so all the rest of the backs, they look up to me. So coach told me before the game, the load going to be on me. So I had to give it all I got, put my body on line for my team to win. Ever since we lost in the first game, the first meeting, we had that bad taste in our mouth. So each week in practice, the whole team had the same mindset. We got to win, we got to win, we got to win, we got to win state. So practice was intense. Everybody was on the same page. And everybody was focused on this game. We ain't taking nothing less. We going to state.
You heard it here first. Hey, Mr. Lexington Flex Joseph, one of the best backs in all the land. He's running back coach, sneaking in. It's a hotbed world. And congratulations, you played a great one. Every week, we take a look at a young man that may be flying under the recruiting radars. So we encourage college coaches that follow Football Hotbed to turn on the tape. What you need to do is turn on the tape for this young man who is maybe overlooked in the recruiting process. Without further ado, take a closer look at this week's Turn on the Tape.
This week's Turn on the Tape takes a look at Glade Central defensive back Antonio Layla, the 5'9", 165-pound cornerback, uses combination of speed and mechanics to blanket opposing receivers. Couple that with his ability to read the offense and leads us to believe this is going to be a young man with a high ceiling. A highly competent pass defender, Layla's speed and hands make him a special teams asset as well, capable of making the big plays. This is definitely someone you want to watch.
All right, it's that time we wait for every show. It is time for Week 13 top plays of the week, including the #1 player of the week. Who will it be? Who did you vote for? If you didn't get a chance to cast your vote this week, follow us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and also Facebook. Without further ado, let's go to the top plays of the week, Week 13. Let's go to the highlights.
Top plays, number 5, Deerfield Beach. It's Tavon McBride and Kenyon Martin getting in for a punt block return for a touchdown there. Bishop Verot now, a nice run here by the big man, Jocelyn Mira. They went big over LaBelle. Number 3, watch Tatum Bethune from Miami Central drop back into coverage. That's worth a second look. Wow, Tanya Richardson just didn't see him. Helps ice the touchdown there. Number 2, Wakaiva's Terrence Moore. And he's fast. What a nice shake and bake move to get in for the score. And the top play of the week, the jackpot play of the week, Isaiah Jones from Cocoa. Wow, nice one-hand grab for the touchdown there. It's worth a second look, and when you make great grades, you can hit the jackpot. Florida Lottery helps bright futures shine, just like Isaiah.
Hey, in a wonderful game of the week, an absolutely electric atmosphere here for Miami Central. This is a game where will, guts, absolute pedigree, 5 state championships, and on their way to another one. A win over undefeated Miami Carroll City, and now marching on. Next week, could they meet their rival Miami Northwestern? We don't know, but we can't wait to find out. For the footballhotbed.com Florida High School Football Report, I'm Brandon O'Doy signing off from Trask Powell Stadium, the Mecca. An incredible game of the week to close out Week 13. We couldn't be more excited. Hey, we'll see you next week with another edition. But for now, until then, it's a hotbed world. See you next week.